Hi.
Hello.
So now we are reviewing Rocky or Rani Kii Prem Kahaani.
Hey.
Yeah, loud, brash Punjabi boy meets intellectual types, professional Alia Bhatt,
Bingo.
Ranveer Singh, in a way, meeting Alia Bhatt, and they have their whole families, which are also equally stereotypical of the Punjabi versus the Bengali intellect kind of a thing. And there is one interesting subplot involving Shabana Azmi from Alia's side and Dharmendra from Ranveer's side. Uh, and then stuff happens, including once they decide, because obviously family is so important, at that point they decide they should try and switch. So far interesting. They decide that for a 3-month period, Ranveer has to win approval of Alia's parents by staying there and vice versa. And then all the stuff that happens. So, yeah, what did you think?
So you definitely got the whole band baja barat. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to love this movie. Honestly, I went in thinking it's going to be a very surface level, sort of just fun movie that just has all the bright colors and all the dance numbers and everything. And while it did have those, I ended up really loving it actually. I thought every single aspect of it was done well. When they wanted you to laugh, you laughed. When they wanted you to cry, I actually could not stop crying at one point. It genuinely got to me in many ways that surprised me. They were a bit heavy-handed towards, especially the second half with the emotional moments and stuff, but while I was cognizant of that, I still felt it through and through. Everything was fun. It was just a fun movie. They had a lot of talk about some issues like patriarchy, gender roles, etc., which you always start to tense up during, but I mean, it's better to just talk about it and get it out there in movies, I think, than rather be afraid of it and do it, in a cringy way or whatever. I thought they did it well. Some things about, I think, what was it, like the cancel culture and things to do with political correctness were a bit strange to me, but other than that, I really loved the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun.
My and simply loved it.
Yeah.
I just loved it. And the second half, as Anvika described, I agree with whatever they said. Second half was so, we have this favorite line that goes around in the family. It was so overt.
It's
it was
covert.
It's from Sherlock Holmes.
So, I mean, yes, it was a little bit more exaggerated, but I didn't mind it.
You go in for campy, you get campy.
I actually use words like beautiful and like really well shown, and yes, I can't help but shed a few tears in any movie. Like
no, it
that.
definitely looks towards dad, just a little concerned about what's happening here.
So there's a huge star cast because they're showing both sides of the family. I thought Tota Roy Chaudhary, who was playing Alia's father, and Churni Ganguly, who played the mother, were good. Amir Bashir was very stereotypical as the Punjabi dad. Kshiti Jog was a typical mom in that sense, long-suffering mom. And then you had Anjali Anand, who was playing a Golu sister in that sense. Shabana Azmi, as I mentioned, was the grandparent. From this side, Jaya Bachchan is the patriarch of that side, with Dharmendra having certain memory issues or health issues, etc. I thought it was so cliched, so stereotypical, and everything was loud. I didn't enjoy it as much. I think there were moments in the first half that were enjoyable. Second half deteriorated into a farce, nothing understandable, epiphanies coming in 1 second and then staying for like transforming a person immediately and instantly, etc., etc. So for me, the second half let the movie down so badly. Like earlier, I would have said I could have still watched it on, let's say, an OTT platform when it came, and I would have probably watched it again just for the first half, fun and frolic. Second half, oh my god, what a morass, and it's like there was a need to manufacture a conflict. which came out of the blue.
That
And
I
so
did
far,
feel
they were fine. They, even when they were having fights, Alia and Ranveer, they found a middle ground. And suddenly here it became, this is the red line, and out of the blue, a red line, which, by the way, none of us could see, I think, what that red line was. But they had to have that conflict, and then they had to have a fight, and then they have to have this. I also thought, by the way, that they showed the Punjabis as being a bit too regressive. I don't think there was a need for that. I thought Jaya Bachchan's character, if they had really fleshed it out, she wouldn't have been the way she could have been and still be running a successful business, etc. if she was so rigid on every tiny, whiny aspect of life. So I thought a lot of things that they got wrong.
I agree
Some
with
fun
that, yeah.
moments, but just they mishmashed it all. And think of every single cliche that you will see it somewhere in this film. So
I think there's nothing necessarily wrong with that.
I
I feel
agree.
movies with cliches sometimes are fun. I found it was joyful. You have to go in with that mentality that you're not watching some artsy indie film
I
that's
agree.
gonna have a really fleshed out. They're doing stuff that's been done before. It is Rani Kii Prem Kahaani.
And like
you're
you
not
said,
going
they
in for
were
some
too
Yeah,
regressive
very
with
much
the
so.
Punjabi clan. So, I get that.
But
I
it was
enjoyed
still good. I thought it was still well made, fun.
Yeah.
You had all the stories that you love, and like the Karan Johar fashion, the Bollywood love story. You're in mountains and you have a sari on. It's fun. I thought.
And Ranveer
well done.
did, I mean, he carried the role beautifully.
I thought both of
think
them
it
were
was only
incredible. I
him.
thought both of them were incredible.
No, for the kind of role like a
Yeah, I
little
said
too
that.
regressive Punjabi or whatever. I get that, and I am not in 100% agreement with that. But I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and he carried the role through very nicely. Only he could have done that.
I feel like Alia also.
I don't think it was about him. I
No,
think
I
it was
know,
more
I
the
know.
family characters
I'm
shown
mentioning, huh.
who were this thing.
Yes,
I
I agree.
For me, Alia was brilliant.
Alia was
Brilliant.
incredible. Oh my
Ranveer
god.
does what
Very
he does
good.
best in a sense,
Yes.
but Alia with her emotiveness, etc., was good.
Very good.
But again, towards the second half, seemed to become tone deaf. For a very
Oh.
smart person, just the way it would, land in any situation and feel like, oh my god, I have to. It just, again, I think taking cliches too far.
Again,
we are
mentality.
obvious.
Yeah, you have to have a different mindset, I guess, when you watch this kind of a movie. That's
When you've gone through all that, I guess it had to come to the fore at some point, and they showed that point. I think
They did. You could
Yeah.
you could tell they were trying to solidify quite a lot. But
It's 168 minutes, 12 minutes shy of 3 hours.
to
It's
be honest,
fun.
it didn't
It's
feel
fun.
like it was being dragged.
Yeah,
I think
I actually thought it was
yeah.
somehow well timed.
It was well
I
timed.
find that movies do drag on quite
Yes.
a lot.
Imagine
What would be the
your
rating?
rating.
Oh, you're not
At
gonna
the
like
count
this.
of 3, it's
Yes,
your rating.
yes.
At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
How much
That's
is yours?
9,
That's 9?
and that's 8, and that's 5. I would have been a 6, but for me the end really let it down. I felt very bad, especially right at the end. The way they showed Jaya Badri's character, for me that just completely ruined it. And I don't think
Yeah, matriarchal roles I feel need to be a bit more fleshed out. Is my
the-
thing. Yeah, I get
just
that.
the epiphany is just the thing. But anyways, yeah, they seem to have had fun.
Good.
I maybe till the second half a little bit. Yes, it's loud, it's brash in that sense. But
And not all and songs weren't catchy enough.
there are no songs.
Oh
that I-
yeah, yeah.
It's only the
Unfortunately,
old
but
songs that were
yeah.
interesting.
Yes.
The use of the songs
current
was
songs
brilliantly
were
done throughout the movie, but yeah,
Sets
their
and
own
stuff,
songs
sets
weren't
and all that were
anything
good.
to talk about.
But no, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay, 5, 9, 8, and let us know what you think.
Unique.
Thank you.
Thank you.